everybody. We are live from MB Pyland. My name is Alex Riley.
And I'm Kristen Kogel.
And thanks for joining us today on Facebook Live. We are going to keep an eye on our computer screen. So if you have any questions or comments or anything you want to say or ask us during our broadcast, let us know. We'll be keeping an eye on that. So welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about one of our exercises, but this all relates to Transformotion in a box. And what is that, you may ask? If you don't already know, if you're not a subscriber, this is MB Pyland's subscription box that comes out every quarter. It contains a workbook. The whole program is designed to help take your brain off the leash so that you can be more innovative and creative in your thinking and problem solving. So it comes with this workbook. It's usually 8 to 12 page workbook. There's often a book included in the items, 5 to 8 hand-curated items, some things that you can eat, drink, smell, touch, create with. So it's multi-sensory to stimulate all your senses for better creativity. And it also comes with a really fun playlist.
Yes, it does. So last time you saw us, we were talking about mood boards.
Well, it was 3 months ago.
Well, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
The last time you saw us talking about mood boards, I was a busy bee putting mine together, and we were talking about kind of what they are and how to use them. And so here it is, all complete. And so we're going to talk about this a little bit more and discuss some more ways that you can use mood boards in your life and business.
So one of the things as we were getting ready for this, I asked Kristen, and maybe you can share this, is that when you're putting this together, it might feel silly or frivolous. However, I truly believe it can help give you insights. So in this case, she's creating a mood board for herself. So Kristen, did you, in looking at, once it was all together, did anything kind of surprise you? Did you get an insight that you didn't consciously think about as you were tearing things out of magazines?
Well, I think it does reflect who I am, and I can tell kind of the stronger categories like music and faith and, I'm sorry to say, but Patron and craft beer, things like that.
I love how those things kind of go together in interesting ways.
Yeah. And, but I was surprised kind of the different things that I was drawn to. Sometimes I would know right away why I was drawn to it, and other times I would kind of think, why am I drawn to that? And so it was a kind of a way to discover yourself, and when you put it all together, you know, you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, but when you see it, it's kind of like, oh, okay. And you learn a little bit about yourself or about other teammates too when you see theirs.
So if you didn't see that our live when Kristen was working on this and we talked about mood boards, or you could call them vision boards or inspiration boards. Right. So what she was doing was she had a whole variety of magazines, combing through it, right, looking for images and words that appealed to her or inspired her in some way. And that was all the assignment was, and then she put it together. So you can see it's this really diverse collage that if you didn't know Kristen, but you looked at this board, you might get an idea about her personality, her likes, her dislikes, and so you can see how this would be a really useful exercise if you're putting together a customer profile. So you're thinking about what your customers like or don't like, or what appeals to them, or that's a way that it could apply to a business situation.
Another way would be, you know, if you have a shared vision for like a culture shift or something along those lines, if you have your team come together and start pulling items about what kind of a new brand would look like, you can see, okay, what does everybody agree on? Where are their differences? You know, what has some merit, and where can they go from there? And it's amazing how helpful it can truly be.
Same thing goes too when you're working with, like when we've worked with clients, where we asked the clients from the same company, tell us what you want your business to be like. And they all thought they were on the same page, but when they put together their vision boards for this new business that they were starting, they saw they had a lot more talking to do, because their three boards didn't match up, and they needed to, when they say, well, our customers are energetic, well, what does that mean? You know, what one person, or they're creative. Well, one person's interpretation from creative is very different from another's. And also, if you have different personality types in your workplace, I I think kind of understanding where someone else is coming from. Some things are harder to say, easier to see.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, speaking of comparisons, do you want to pull out your mood board and maybe we can see where we overlap and
Sure.
kind of where we're different?
Okay. So I've gone through this exercise a couple of times, and I keep these in my office, and they're not by each other because they're kind of fun to look at. But what I thought was interesting when you're talking about insights was that they're very different. So you see this one has a baby on it, and dogs and flowers. So you might, it says things like, be ready for life's curves, and visionaries who are changing the world, next stop cloud 9, inspired opportunity, scary smart, successful brands start with strategy, things like that. Quality is a powerful thing, but you know, it's very, I don't know. The big baby is dominating this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with me on the day that I created this.
Oh, it's such a cute baby, though. I noticed that I covered almost every inch of board that I could.
Yeah, no, you did a great job with that. I think we both have some pictures of country, and I think we share that love of nature and the outdoors.
And I know, so you have quality, and I have excellence. We're kind of drawn to that idea of being committed to the best quality and excellence in the work that we do.
Yeah, things about opportunity and strategy. See, you have look beyond, and this one's about life's curves. I think you can see how these two people probably work pretty well together.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
These guys worked well together. However, I made another board at a different time, and I don't remember the context exactly. But this one, let's see, let me get that so you can see it better. When I look at this and compare it to the baby board, and there's this showgirl in a top hat, looks like she's from the cast of Chicago, and it says angel or demon in French, and it has a cocktail and wine. I did have wine on, and Campari. I mean, there's a lot of alcohol on this. I'm not sure what that means. It says Call of the Wild. This person does not sound like she'd be a good mother, but it's about food and beverage and hedonism a little bit. It seems like it's a very, very different person who made this. But I made this board, and it is very much me.
Yeah.
And I think we still get along there, Kristen.
I know we do. We've got shared drinks. We've got
Yep.
adventure.
You've got the food and the beverage.
We are foodies, aren't we?
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. It didn't occur to me how different the boards were.
I know.
Just because I hadn't really put them side by side before.
Exactly. It's kind of interesting and neat to take a step back and realize that.
We'd love to hear from you. If you've done a vision board for yourself or for a customer of yours, a client, or we'd love to hear from you. Please comment. It'd be really fun if you would take pictures of your vision boards and post them on our thread so we can all see it and we can share it around. I think it'd be really interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're looking for more ways to brainstorm and just better ideas in general, our Transformotion in a Box is available online, transformotioninabox.com. You can order right there. If you have any questions, again, just drop it in the comments and we're happy to help.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great holiday weekend.
Yes, be safe and have fun.
Bye.